Hi, I'm Nancy Garfinkel of Food for Thought Lectures. We welcome you here tonight to this open house, which is a preview of the courses that we will be having in the spring and summer of 2015. Our first teacher is David Auerbach, who is not able to be here with us tonight. He did make an appearance last year when he did an outstanding lecture on LBJ. This year he will be talking about The Enigma of Richard Nixon, Prelude to Watergate. This will show the controversial Secretary of State of the 20th century, Henry Kissinger, and his intriguing relationship with Nixon. This is a relationship with brilliance, intrigue, and jealousies, but one which fashioned a foreign policy that has really changed America's role in the world ever since. He will appear on Thursday, April 9th. There will then be a 2-week hiatus, and we will then start the last week in April with all of the other courses.
We have some of the most important figures in American judicial history. And these names, by any standard, are enormously important. The first is Brandeis. The second is Cardozo. The third is Frankfurter. We have a 4-week course, so I'm going to spend one day on each of these three. The next two Jewish justices both served relatively short times. One is Justice Fortas, and the other is Goldberg. The other is Goldberg. Goldberg left the court to become ambassador to the United Nations. Fortas left the court under something of a cloud. And I'd like to talk about not only who these people are, because all of them are very interesting people, but also why they are so important in American judicial history.
J.S., words that I think no one would know of Counselor Platz without this fabulous statement. J.S. Bach wrote prolifically in every genre imaginable. He is a man who left us spectacular works. His works combine Italian lyricism, French dance, and Lutheran contrapuntal rigor. He is the great and undoubted master of the Baroque period. We're going to look at some of his sacred music. We're going to look at some of his concertos. We're going to follow his life from his very humble birth in Eisenach until his death in Leipzig. And in 6 weeks, we can cover a great deal of music. I think if you like Bach or you don't like Bach, you'll learn a lot about an extraordinary man who lived an extraordinary life and left us with, per pound, more masterpieces than is really imaginable. So I hope you'll join me. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I hope you'll learn a lot.
Madame Bovary and Hunchback of Notre Dame, 19th century French classics. We will watch the films and talk about the themes and characters.
Historians consider the First World War the most important event of the 20th century, even though it started in 1914. This course will examine why that is so, why countries in Europe, including England, Germany, I'm under attack and I didn't do anything. It's just like the First World War. What did I...
And you're going to meet a lot of the behind-the-scenes admin. He held up 2 quarters, and he said, my job as an admin is to make you think this quarter is as good as this quarter. And that's advertisement. So I hope you'll all join us in the spring.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to dig into the major candidates. We're going to dig into the major issues. And one of the things we're really going to look at is, can anyone govern this thing anymore that we call the United States? Why would anyone want to be president? And why wouldn't anybody want to be president? It's the greatest and worst job in the world at the same time. So I hope you join me. It's going to be a wonderful journey. It's going to be way too brief, but I know we're going to have a good time.
We have 6 films. The course is called Love and Geography. And one of the great things about films is its ability to take you to different places and different times. And these 6 films take place in some very exotic and very interesting locations. We have 2 films in Scandinavia, one in Finland and one in Sweden. So if you can't afford to go there, you can gawk at their fabulous landscapes. We have one film that's set in South Africa, which is a very interesting film called Tsotsi, which is all about a young hoodlum who ends up with a baby after a carjacking. It's a very interesting and I think very, very good movie. I think it won Best Foreign Film, if memory serves me correctly. We have a film from Argentina, from the dirty wars in Argentina, an excellent film called The Official Story, which is all about a woman who really discovers that her husband has been lying to her whole life. That never happens. We have a very interesting story in Africa about a Jewish family who ends up in Kenya. Very, very intriguing story and very, very interesting setting. I think all of these, 2 of these, actually 3 of them were Best Foreign Film Awards. And I think you'll really enjoy them if you haven't seen them already. It'll be nice to see them again. We always have nice discussions, nice presentation before and some good discussion afterwards. So I hope you'll explore Love and Geography with me in May, I guess. Thank you so much.
On Thursday, we will highlight art history with Joseph Cassar, who could not be with us tonight because he is teaching. His course is called The Artistic Achievements of the Italian Renaissance. The course highlights the achievements of the Quattrocento, which is the 15th early Renaissance Italy art, and the Quinquecento, which is the 16th century Italian art, with achievements of Michelangelo in both painting and sculpture, as well as Da Vinci and Raphael.
Thank you. I'm here to help all of you talk about what we know will be the inevitable in our lives: health care, elder care, even our death, funeral arrangements, etc. We're here to help you talk to your loved ones about sensitive, sometimes emotionally charged issues, but it's better to have those conversations early on, not wait until the inevitable does happen. We can help you know what should be in the conversation, how to approach them, even with those in your loved ones who don't want to be part of it. Each attendee will get this binder, the greatest gift, a binder for loved ones. In it, it talks about powers of attorney. It talks about your will. It talks about stocks and insurances. Do you know where the title for your car is? Do you know where the title for your condo is? This will help us not only collect pertinent information, but store pertinent information so that we can then have the conversations and the information put together in a safe place so that you and your loved ones can sleep better at night. Thank you.
For the advantage of a PowerPoint presentation, we will walk the galleries of the Louvre. So we will look at the collection that was assembled by the French monarchs over a 200-year span. The paintings cover the 13th through the 19th century. The glorious works of Rembrandt, Rubens, Delacroix, David. This is a fabulous museum. During the time of Napoleon, he actually changed the name to Musée Napoléon, changed back to Museum Louvre. So these will be gorgeous, glorious works we'll be studying.